Hello everyone, welcome back to Conversations with LaShawn. We're here today to talk about believing things as the way you want them to be. Power in the tongue, of course, everybody's heard of. We were growing up, elders would tell us, there's power in the tongue. Watch what you say. Speak those things as though they were. And it's true. It's really true. As I got older and learning how to walk with the spirit of faith, I started exercising that gift and realizing that gift is real. Most of it me believing, growing up as a people pleaser and believing what people said about me that wasn't true. And most of the time, the reason why you'll believe what people say about you is because you haven't came into your real being yet. You don't know who you are, because when you know who you are, you do not allow people to tell you who you are. You know who you are. You either very confident. There's a lot of people, like I love about kids. Kids have no fear. They're just who they are, and they say what's on their mind. But us as adults, we have to start doing the same thing. A lot of time kids will just tell you. I remember when we were little, parents or grandparents will always ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we would always tell them what we wanted to be when we grew up. Of course, we grow up and start going through life, and life starts happening. We kind of lose sight of that, but we need to get back to that. When you got dreams and aspirations, you have to start believing, those things and reach for those goals and stop listening to the naysayers, oh, she's this and she's that, or he's this and he's that, which is not true. Start believing in yourself and believing in the things that you want out of life, and, walk in your purpose. Don't be afraid to walk in your purpose. Don't have any fear. Anything in life you want, you can have and you can do. Stop believing the lies that people say about you. You have to learn that this tongue is a weapon. It can be a weapon and it can be a blessing. If you use it as a blessing, of course, you'll get the things that you say you want to have. But it can also be another side to it where you can use your tongue to self-destruct yourself, or you can use it to hurt people. You got to be careful with that, because hurt people do hurt people. But learning, growing up with people that maybe they were bullies, maybe they just haven't been taught themselves of, how to use the tongue correctly, how to talk to people, how to address people. And of course, a negative mind, that's all you're going to do is just talk negative all the time. But you have to learn to change your thinking, to change your talk, and what you can't control, you definitely got to, start praying, asking God to guide you in those areas and teach you how to be a person that talks positive, because what you say out of your mouth, you're going to attract that. You talking negative all the time, you're going to attract negativity. You're going to attract negative people to you all the time. But if you're on the positive side, that's basically what you're going to get also. So you want to learn how to interpret things the right way. You want to learn how to use your tongue. You don't want to put people down, hurting people, and it's just not a good thing. But at the same time, stop believing the lies that people say about you. Learn how to get to a point to where you can get, whether it's therapy or have some family sessions with some of your ancestors, and sit down and talk, and so you can start to navigate of how to work on yourself and building yourself back up. Or if you've never been in a situation where you've been a positive person, start hanging around positive people. I've never seen anyone that would start hanging around somebody that's positive and they pretty much still stay negative. Most of the time, if you're around that person all the time, that person's strong and not changing because you're around. That person's strong, you're going to start to kind of navigate and change in those ways. There were situations I've had in my life. I have a sister that I kind of took under my wings, and she's been through a lot of things in life, and I never, treated her any different. I never, shied her away or shunned her away to tell her, oh, you just negative and you don't need to be around and da-da-da. No, I never done that. I took her under my wings, and she worked with me, and she became my assistant. And Every time something was off, I will always just pull her to the side, or we'll have a little meeting. And, what she say to this day, like, oh my God, hey, I was in so many of those meetings, because when stuff would go to the left, I was like, okay, we need to talk about this, we need to address that, because you can't talk to clients and customers like that. You can't address them like that. Just certain things, certain way you got to do things. Not that I was micromanaging, but I was building her at the same time. And boy, she really grabbed onto it, and she found her joy. And that, to this day, I could say that was the most blessed thing about her. She found her joy in the midst of learning positivity, and she became a different person. Even her appearance, everything was just totally different. And to this day, I thank God for that. Even though I was not trying to do it, I was just being myself every day, and having her with me every day, God really showed me. I seen a light of like how He can transform a person. You can never be afraid to change, and never be afraid to transform, because it's possible when you speak the right things out of your mouth. Even your atmospheres will change as you change people, and change your talk. You'll find yourself, you really don't want to be in certain atmospheres no more. You don't really want to be around, that negative energy, that negative aura about people. You just kind of find yourself like, I just want to be around positivity. You have to be careful what you put in your mind. You just can't be having an idle mind, just running around here just being idle all the time, because you're going to be open to everything. You don't want to be open to everything. That's a scary thing, being open to everything. You'll find yourself in some bad places and around some bad people, not trying to, but you really got to guard your mind. We are definitely living in the last days, and we got to really just take hold of what we're thinking. Try not to put trash in our minds. Even when you're not around people, I feel like every day you need to be saying some positive affirmations. Get up in the morning, and even if you guys work out or whatever in the morning, put some positive things in your ear. I'm one of those people, I don't really look at the news all the time. Of course, when there's very bad things on there, I just, it just kind of grieves me a lot. So I really don't look at it every day, or sometimes I'll go weeks without looking at it. Most of the time I'll catch it through social media, because I don't want to put, I'm not going to necessarily say it's negative. It's not negative. All news is not negative, but I'm just one of those people, I kind of mourn and grieve for people and the things they go through, and it really throws me off balance when I do that. And as it throws me off balance, it takes me a while to get back in my normal functioning. But stop believing in lies. And sometimes family and friends, they'll be the one that's kind of keeping things common, like, oh, that's just so and so, that's just so and so, and oh, they like this, they used to be this, and they used to be that. And sometimes that will hinder you from growing. You have to continue to grow. You have to continue to walk in your purpose and walk in the things that you believe that God has called you into. Don't let people talk negative about you. They may say things, but you don't let them say it to your face. And even if they say it to your face, you just, some things you can just walk away from. Some things ain't even worth arguing about. People are gonna always say something about you till the day you die. They're gonna always have something negative to say. Just be careful not to get to a point to where everything you hear is negative all the time, because a lot of people they're not bad people. They've just been through bad situations and grew up in very toxic environments. The reason why they have a hard time grabbing a hold of any positivity. I've seen that happen in many cases where people have a hard time grabbing a hold of positivity, because they've grown up in some very toxic environments, and those environments have really tainted them. Even to this day, people my age, they're still getting therapy from things that happened to them as a child, still trying to find their way. It's just starting with believing in yourself and telling yourself every day, even when you can't find your way, tell yourself every day, I'm gonna get better. I used to tell my son all the time, because at one point in time he was dealing with some slight depression, and I would tell him every day, when you get up, I need you to say this 30 times. So I would give him something to say 30 times. And I said, when you first start talking and you first open your mouth, And the things that come out your mouth that you're saying, you're not even going to believe what you're saying because you're feeling negative at the time. You're feeling just depleted. Y'all know how, some people, they know how depression feels. You just, there's nothing there. You don't even feel like doing anything. You don't feel like life is worth, living sometimes, or getting up or whatever. But I would tell him, say it 30 times. And don't stop till you get to 30. And he told me, he said, Mama, it's kind of crazy, but, by the time I get to 25, saying it about 25 times, I'll just start feeling a lot better, and I will feel a little encouraged, and I'm like, that's the key. That's the key. And I told him, every day you get up, you start opening your mouth and you say it over and over. And till this day, this guy is 30 something years old, my son. He still do that today. He believes, no, there's certain things I can't say out my mouth. It's power in the tongue. It's power in the tongue. So he don't just go by what I taught him. He's a believer in it because he worked the system. He worked it. I'm telling you, if you do that, things will change. That's how I was introduced to it, through the Holy Spirit. Like, just start getting up, doing that every day, and things started to change. I think I was a teen when that started happening, maybe 19, 20, something like that. It does work. And to this day, my son does that, and he beat depression. He beat it. He was doing his part. I was on this part praying, and we met together where things happened and it changed. And I just want to tell you guys, in this day and time, be encouraged. Be encouraged. If you're encouraged, encourage somebody else. Pass the torch, because people are really going through things right now. I'm a hairstylist and a real estate agent, and being a hairstylist, I hear a lot of stories, and it just breaks my heart, some of the things that people are going through. And a lot of it is not, money issues and things like that, even though, we're in a different market right now. More of it is just mental, trying to stay sane. Just trying to stay sane right now in this day and time. It's been tough on some people, and we want to just keep in mind that, just send an encouraging word. We run into somebody, you don't have to just run up, to them and try to be all personal, but just, you see somebody going through something, just let them know it's going to be okay. If you're out somewhere, and I think I've gotten off script right now, I'm just kind of flowing, but if you're out somewhere and you're at a restaurant or something, and the waitress comes to the table and she acts like she don't want to be bothered, don't want to be there, don't even want to serve you, just let her know, hey, whatever you're going through, it's going to be okay. People need that, y'all. People need that. Even if you're somewhere, you got a new employee and they're trying to serve you, and they're spilling stuff and they don't know what they're doing, don't give them a hard time. It's already hard enough out here. Don't give them a hard time. Just say, listen, slow down. It's going to be okay. Just slow down. You're a little nervous. It's okay. Hey, first time doing it. Never done it before. How you know what to do when you've never done it before? It's a trial period. Don't beat them down. Don't. People don't need that right now. That tongue it can be deadly. So please, people, use it for good purposes. If you can't say anything positive, just don't open your mouth and say anything. Just leave people alone. Even if you're not having the most best day, just do your job, whatever you're gonna do, all these other things you need to do. Just try to stay out of people's way until you have a better day. Just pray that tomorrow will be a better day. But until next time, you guys stay safe and continue to think on positive things. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Come back to see me. We're gonna have a lot of different videos and uploads in the near future. So you guys take care.